What I see, I get. No matter where I am, next to you is where I want to be. When you see, you get. Fantasies you keep became real when you met me. What I see, I get. No matter where I am, next to you is where I want to be. Toughening up, we messed up in the middle. Arguing lately, and baby is giving me nothing like Benjamin Button's a riddle. Oh. Sorry if you can't keep up with me now. How many times I keep bumping around? Oh, too many times I trip on the line and you huffing and puffing, I'm sitting and crying. But something is changing, truth that I'm finding. We always find out that we both got the right to go. Some fast and others slow. Further along it shows, we still got the plans to go. But we all got a purpose. We both got the right to go. We all got a purpose. When you see me get it, fantasies you keep. They keep real when you made me. What I see, I get it. No matter where I am, next to you is where I want to be. When you see you get it, fantasies you keep. They came real when you made me. What I see, I get it. No matter where I am, next to you is where I want to be.
Check. I was recording some new music the other day on my other computer, folks. Do you like this song? It's an original song produced by yours truly. Hello, nice to meet you all. My name is Kevin Clark, aka Kevin on Earth 999. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm a graduate of Berklee College of Music, majored in jazz composition and film scoring. I started multiple tech companies, started a decentralized news network, and multiple Web3 communities. And I'm here today to give you my last day presentation for what has been a really exciting week of giving, generosity, and I've met so many of you and built some awesome relationships as a result. And I'm so excited to see where those go and to be able to connect further and create amazing things, because you and I both know this space is still super early. And this is the dawn of a new age in the creative economy. There's no doubt about that. And everyone who's been hanging around throughout the week, they are well aware of that. And those who are just joining us now, if you have any questions, you're always welcome to drop that in the comments. And what's up, Patrick Clark? Good to see you. Good to see you. And good to see everybody else here across Twitch, YouTube. We have a lot of people going across a lot of different channels right now. So leave your comments below. I'll get to them as soon and readily as possible. But for now, let's just get straight into the topic of the day, folks, because we have a lot to talk about. Really what today's all about is building a resilient network. What is a resilient network? Is really just people you know you can count on. And sometimes you can count more on the people that you know can create things that are outside of your immediate network. Sometimes we limit what we can do to our immediate network, and the more that you're growing that, the better. So how do you find and how do you build that network through the metaverse? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today, because it wasn't until I got into Web3, it wasn't until I got into metaverse culture that I really started to feel like I was a part of that underground community of creators and builders. I feel like so many of us are sporadic and peppered in throughout organizations and different ecosystems, but in Web3, in the metaverse, especially those earliest days, it was almost like a beacon of light that brought in creators from around the world. Timothy from Spacium, these people like, Maddie DCL Blogger, shout out to DCL Blogger from Medikey, Toxam from Polygonal Minds. If you don't know these companies, learn about them, because those pioneers who For instance, crypto avatars. Like, think about this. Polygonal Minds, they created a company called Crypto Avatars. Interoperable NFTs. If you've been watching my show, you've been knowing about these people. They were the first interoperable 3D avatar NFTs. There was a point where I was trying to get 3D modelers to create rigs of my PFPs. This is before you had like interoperable 3D files embedded in NFTs. And it was going to cost like $10,000 per character. And basically, Crypto Avatars brought that down to like a couple $100s. And now just recently, with a partnership with On Cyber, added a whole host of new characters here. So why did they choose, all said and done, I think people, when they partner, look at this, this is crazy. When people start partnering, they aren't necessarily looking at, they're not necessarily looking at just who has the tech. They're looking at who's been around the longest, who understands our culture, who understands, who can we trust, who has a track record of building things. Oh my God, what? Oh yes. Oh, absolutely. Say less. Say less. Grismal Vengri. So, if you want to be successful in the metaverse, you want to get those opportunities to start integrating. For instance, On Cyber is somewhat more of a closed network, right? There's not anybody who can add their avatars, whereas in Decentraland is more open, right? But in both, if you don't have an established network, if you're not around, if you're not visible, then I'll tell you, it's going to be a lot harder to show people what you're capable of. It's a lot harder to convince people that you're here for the right reasons. So as you can see, I'm telling you it as it is. I'm telling you about things as I do them. Why? Because I want you to be able to access opportunities like I do. Because I think there's enough for everybody. There's enough to go around. And one of the biggest opportunities right now that is heavily impacted, not just by your network outside. Like, you can have your existing network, that's great. But if you want to be successful in the metaverse, in Web3, you need to grow your Web3 network. And that might be starting from complete scratch for some of you. So how are you going to go about doing that? Fairly simple. Just jump right in. Jump right in. Just jump right in. I'm going to give a link right here. And I'm posting it in the comments on LinkedIn. And I'm posting a comment right here. What is up, Sorority Ryu? Good to see you. Posting a link there in Twitch. Actually, you know what? Let me just post it here across all the channels, YouTube as well, just in case. So step one to really building a strong network in Web3 is just jump right in the metaverse. There's a good friend of mine, his name is Mr. Abraham. And he said, my friends, they are my 4 N's. 4 N's, my friends. And for me, that always resonated with me. You know? We are 4 N's. We make friends 4 N's. Ain't that beautiful? It just needs nothing more. So number 1 is stepping in. And once you step in, and notice there's no one around, it's just me and you. There's so many corners. You can be in your own little hangout space with your friends, and you can be at a massive, massive fashion show catwalk. You can be at a like I said, fashion show. You could be at a music festival. You could be throwing your own little party get together. Be all sorts of things you could be doing and meeting and connecting with people. But the main thing is just to be exploring things that you like and that you find interesting. So let's see. If you want to start the easiest way, and maybe you want to just say, hey, I'm not immediate, but I want to keep my eye out for those opportunities. What you're going to do is you're going to look out for these job fairs. In places like Decentraland, you see these all the time. All the time. All sorts of crypto job fairs. They have an actual space called the Crypto Valley, where if you wanted to, I'm going to change my network here because Decentraland is on the Ethereum network. If you wanted to, you could host your own job fair here. So if you're looking to attract people for a project, all sorts of... So the best way, honestly, because this way you really know you're getting people who are immersed in the culture, do it right in the metaverse. Do it right in the space. You know, put an event up on the Decentraland page, put an event up on the, you know, on the Cyber page, wherever you find your community, spatial, metaverse. Oh, wow. Okay. So you know what? Interesting. Sometimes land does get repurposed. So this happened a long time ago. So it looks like they... Oh, wait, no, it's right here. Okay. Right? I remember this part of it. Interesting. Okay, here it is. So here you go. This is like a little job fair area. Crypto Valley Job Fair. So this is an example of something you could do. You can do this in collaboration. You could do it, and you might be saying, "Oh, Kev, but like, how are we gonna build this thing? We don't have any cash for this." Fairly simple. Fairly simple. The Decentraland DAO. I feel like something of this sort could be fairly fundable, very easily fundable. Setting up a job fair, regular job fair, career opportunities station. Sometimes people are confused at how Decentraland operates, and really it happens as a joint effort. You know, you have definitely some central powers that are day-to-day funded to see that the ship keeps moving in a direction. But for the most part, it is community-driven. So yes, you can come use this space. You can create your own space a lot of ways. But these job fairs, they are pretty frequent. And this is how companies right now are vetting talent, making sure they're getting people who are native to the space. And if you want something more immediate, going into the Discord channels for these different projects that you're really excited about and finding collaborators. That's how I've always done it. My wearables, my, my emote, all of it. And finding people to collaborate with is the best way to take that to the next level through these community treasury grants. So through Decentraland, through the AVA Community Treasury, you can start to invest your, these relationships that you build. You can say, hey, why don't we go over here, apply for $15,000 and go make this really cool thing. I've built so many epic relationships that way. And some of my best friends come from building relationships through co-creation. That for me has been the way that I've built a strong network in the metaverse and Web3. I invite you to explore the same. That's the most I could probably tell you right off the bat. If there's any questions, I'm gonna check really quick if there's any questions. If not, then folks, it's been an absolute pleasure. Awesome. Amazing. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie, I appreciate that big time. People are so supportive of what I'm doing right now, and they are just it makes me want to keep doing this. It makes me want to not stop doing this week, to be honest. Yeah, I also don't want to feel like, I know, we have a small group here, and I don't want to make anybody feel like they have to change their schedule to get the value of this session. So for all intents and purposes, message me on LinkedIn. Let me know if you have anything you want me to do a session about. If you see this video, you want me to do a session on any particular subject, just let me know. I'd be happy to do that. I'm going to be... Oh, I just got hit by a train. Did anybody... Okay. Folks, I think I need to go to the hospital immediately. Good thing my robotic legs are still intact. I think we should be good. Careful. Careful on the tram line, y'all. Did you see the Bard bidding? Dude overbid himself. Let me see this. He might have not realized that he was the latest bid. For people who are wondering, we have a bid going right now. Oh my goodness. Kiwi securing. He probably just maxed out. He just said, you know what? I'm going to throw, this is how much I have. I'm going to max out. But that is wild. We got 10,000. Oh, he knew. Oh, he knew. He's just flexing how much Aurum he has. He's like, he's reinvesting. If you're wondering about this, this is another great way about building your network in the metaverse. And that's what I think personally, that's what this is about for me. Building your network, building your community. A great way to do that is by building a community token. You can use something like TrustSwap to mint your own token for virtually like little cost, like right, a little Polygon. If you have Matic, then you're good. You create your token, you use a platform like Expand, and people can claim your token by doing all sorts of bounties, participation. And for me, that's building a relationship. That's building a network. Why? Because a lot of these things are supporting people in that network, in that community. So for instance, let me give you an example. A lot of these things are, for instance, following or supporting other creators in the community. So when someone joins the community, now everybody can earn tokens by supporting that person in the community. If you're tuned in right now, do you want people in Web3 to support you? Let me know, and I'll create a community token reward where people will earn our community token for supporting you. Sorodu's at 10,000. So right now, and then from there, I have my own storefront here where they use that community token to purchase and bid on all sorts of things. Right now, we have a surprise bundle called the Bard's Bundle, which right now we have 6 bids on. There's an hour left. My goodness, there's only an hour left in bidding, an hour and 8 minutes left. Can you add your own token to Expand to give out? Sorodu Rio, yes. Everyone can add their own token. I added my own Aurum token, but if you created a community on Expand, you would be able to add your own token. So basically, in my opinion, yes, Ethereum is great. Yes, Matic is great, but we can also create our own communities, our own net. This is literally building your own network and creating an economy around that network. And my role here and why I've been doing these morning sessions has been to empower and teach you all how to do this. So this is what I call free gold. This is what I call free gold. I charge people $300 an hour to do this with them, folks. And it breaks my heart right now to see that people, honestly, people are paying me to do this right now. And I wish and I hope that you will all take advantage of the opportunity to ask me as much as you can, because I will be an open book for you. And, our goal, our gold is not the common person's gold. We see opportunity to create greater things together. It is useful. There are only tools, just like Web3 is useful. It's worth checking out. It's worth using. It's worth playing around with just to get an idea of what's possible and allowing yourself to discover, wait, then I could use it for this. Play around with it like you would as a child playing around with paint. Does a child know that it needs to create a work of art to form a profit before it starts discovering how paint can be fun and joyous and valuable to its life experience? No, it just starts creating, exploring, it smiles, it laughs. And that's how I encourage people to explore Web3. Play around with it. Finger paint. Start to think about, the purpose behind your art as it comes organically. I use Quest 3. I likewise, it's less user-friendly in my opinion. I agree. I agree. It is. I don't use. I have a Quest. I don't use it super often because, frankly, the best experience I ever got in the best experience I ever got using a VR headset was meditation. But then, like, it's really annoying to have something on my face. It's so heavy. And I feel like, have you seen this thing called the Unreal? This is, folks, have you seen this? Unreal? Basically, it's an augmented reality pair of glasses that put like a digital screen. It's like a 1080 resolution screen within your field of view like this. You can turn your head, look around, you can look through it, you can walk like how this. Look at this. This is weird. Imagine being on the train, seeing somebody. Folks, the reality is this. It kind of has been market consensus that AR is kind of where consumer willingness to buy really is going to forge ahead. The gap between where we are and realizing that is a shorter distance than getting people to adopt a hardware headset. And by the time we build a hardware headset, AR glasses would be ready anyway. So there's, in my opinion, I think like the hardware headsets, immersive, they're gonna be present, but what I think is going to really see that mass adoption is going to be this augmented reality step. And people like Jadu are building the infrastructure for that. As soon as, Pokemon Go, Artifact, don't get it twisted, folks. These people are not building these things anticipating them being on a phone. They are building these things, building their infrastructure anticipating this kind of this kind of user experience. But in the meantime, they're working with the tech that they have. It's the same way you see a lot of industries, like for instance, the cannabis industry, how before they even opened up THC legalization, they opened up CBD legalization so that the infrastructure could be set up well before the regulation opened, so that ultimately the people who want to take the mass adoption before anyone else has a decision can compete for that. And everything's possible. Current VR is going to be a old dial-up phone with circular dialing. That is big freaking facts. That is big facts. We have more likelihood to see VR headsets turn into like what you see in tanning beds, more than anything. Tanning bed glasses, like those tanning bed glasses. In order for like VR to be massively adoptable, we're gonna have to see it to become like something like that, right? Oh wow, oh my gosh. It's going to be combo. It's going to be combination VR and AR glasses. Like, oh my gosh. Imagine when the Earth, imagine when the Earth is just super overly environmentally destroyed. It's just going to be built into our headset, But hey, we're probably not going to be around in our lifetime to see that. And hey, not like we're not going to fight the good fight in order to change that. And I want to proudly announce a project that we have proposed for the Jadu Ava grant program for $15,000. We are going to be applying for a grant to do a little bit of environmental conservation. That's right. So we have Project Ava on Earth. It's our mission to save the world, one cleanup at a time, powered by the Jadu app. Shout out to the Imagine on Earth team. Environment and the economy are both the two sides of the same coin. We cannot sustain the environment, cannot sustain ourselves. We're facing the challenge for the Jadu brand. If you don't know Jadu, they are, like I said, the leading AR company. They're one of my favorite AR companies, frankly. they're facing a brand challenge right now, which is not too many people know about them. Do you know about Jadu Ava? Do you know about this web app where literally you can do AR content with your phone? Do you know that? Srodu Rio, did you hear about that? Chat, I want to know how many people know about this brand, know about this tool. Not many. I don't see many people. Yeah. But in my opinion, this app that they have is... You explained and made the proposal last stream. Perfect. Yes, I was making this proposal. I think a lot of people probably saw it on my last stream. Sarudu said he did not know about them. He saw this on the last stream, but... So indeed, like, this is an app literally you can create augmented reality content, and not only that, but you can do multiplayer AR battles. Think about Mortal Kombat in augmented reality. Think about Mortal Kombat in augmented reality where you own the IP for each character. So, whatever, Blanca, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, each one of those would be an NFT that you would own, right? That's what they're freaking building. Is that freaking crazy? People don't know about this. This app has not only storytelling capabilities, so you can walk around, take videos of your character walking around the world, but then you can battle and, but nobody knows about this. So, what's the challenge? How can we get people to know about this while making a positive impact for society? And that's what our mission is here. We're going to create content using the Jadu app of cleanup events all around the city. We're going to randomly ask people to help us clean up places, and if they agree to, we're going to give them like $500. So there's a lot of viral content online that does that, and we're just going to be copying that formula, going viral around really kind, good, loving content about rewarding people willing to get their hands dirty to make the world a better place. And it's going to be pretty much a 3-month campaign. In the first month, we're going to complete all the content and submit that back to the Jadu team. And over the next couple months, we'll be releasing that content publicly. And yeah, basically, this is our budget. We're going to spend $15,000 altogether, and $8,000 of that going to those wonderful citizens. And yeah, info. So this is the kind of stuff that Imagine on Earth does. We do this ourselves. We've also collaborated with big brands to do this. We got Expand. We got a grant for them of $120,000. We got them a grant for $120,000. We got that approved in 4 weeks. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. So sometimes people tell me, Kev, like $300 an hour is a lot. Listen, in 4 hours, I got $300,000 approved for artists. So I would be doing myself a great disservice, and I have to take care of my family, right? So that's what I'm doing here, folks. If you like what I'm doing, if you want to work with me full time, you can always reach me on my website, on my LinkedIn. If you want, I'm always also very generous with my time. I like to be as giving as I can, and so you can always ask me anything. You just come to me and you say, you have any questions, I'm always an open book and I'm happy to help. Let's see if there's any questions on LinkedIn. You all can catch the video on demand afterwards if you came in late. And if you have any questions, just feel free to send me a message. All right, y'all, have a great rest of your day. Happy Friday. It's the last day of the quarter. I hope your Q1 went well. Mine was transformative, was amazing. I can't wait for next quarter. Can't wait to see what we build. What did you build this quarter? This quarter has been unprecedentedly amazing for me. So I have to say I'm excited to see what comes next. Much love, y'all. I'm going to be back online on my Twitch for my regular community Hangouts. LinkedIn doesn't know about that. But yes, we do regular Hangouts every day, 3 p.m. PST on my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel. So LinkedIn, if you want to come hang out, you're more than welcome. If this wasn't informal enough, I'm pretty much even more informal during my live streams because it's just our community. It's a group of friends, creators. It's what I'm telling you about doing today. It's my network. It's my fam online, and all sorts of things are possible. We're just a community of creators uplifting each other, and we like to imagine on Earth what the world could be like if. All right, y'all.